Hey everybody, how's it going? Bully Scholarship We here. Welcome back for more Road to the Questcape. Today is episode 6, and basically what's happened since the last episode is I've done a lot of quests and gotten a few skill requirements, but not too many. Going over, let's look at my skills. I love my total level right now, 1337 elite. If I could get the Questcape with that total level, I would be completely satisfied with my life, but unfortunately I do not have all the requirements, so I can't, which really sucks. But I really wish I could just keep that total level and not touch it. But unfortunately there's a few more skills I still need in order to obtain the Questcape completely. Starting off, I guess, let's look at my bank before we get into the quests that I have done. From the top, here's my rare tab. Nothing much has changed. Few holiday items. I rearranged it a bit, but I maybe have acquired a few more. Halloween just happened, so that, a lot of Easter eggs. I don't know why I have that many, but whatever. But that's really about it. I arranged it basically. Here is my, this little kind of rectangle are my tradable ones, and the rest of this is all untradeable. And then down here, of course, is treasure trails. I'm not sure why I have that. I should just sell that because it's not, I don't need that. But whatever. This is my next tab. I did reach 60 attack, strength, and defense. So you do see my dragon armor has kind of replaced that spot, so that looks pretty sick. But that's really about it. Cash stack, 15 mil, fury. I bought this ring. Not much. Pretty much the same. This tab, same deal. I don't think really anything has changed here. Maybe I have more willow logs. Those are for like fire making training, but that's so boring that won't happen for a while. This tab here, I started farming again. I took sort of a break from it and I jumped back into it because I thought, why not? It's easy money and doesn't take much effort. So, doing snapdragons again. But otherwise, I don't think this tab has really changed either. Food, just more potions. Cakes, I've been using that because I've been killing moss giants just to train, and in Ardoin, there's those stands in the market area, so that's a really easy spot to get some cakes. This tab, probably nothing has changed here. My bank really doesn't change much. It's just I get some cash. That's about it. Here's a few things. I got some ham robes, builder's outfit, and ghostly robes. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Quest tab. The only thing that might have changed is there's probably less stuff in this tab now because I had some stuff saved for certain quests that I did, because sometimes you need to save stuff and use it the next one, so it's probably actually gone down, but I don't know. And finally, the kind of random tab. This I gotta cash in. These were from doing pyramid plunder because I was trading thieving, but we'll get to that in a bit. And obviously the big bone, that's probably the most standout item in this tab. Those were just from trading. A lot of people train at the boss giants by Ardoin, but they don't pick up their bones, and I take them because when you use them on an altar, they're actually not horrible experience for cheapskates like me, or should I say poor people like me. So I do have a lot of those. That's actually enough to get me, I think, over 60, but I might try to just get enough bones to get me to 70, but we'll see. I might just buy some at the end and just go for it, because I do want to get 70 and everything. But yeah, I'd say this tab is probably the one that's changed the most. I got a few items from a friend, but nothing much, just the dragon has replaced it, and it's so nice to be able to wear dragon and actually have full dragon from the get-go, because back in the day I'd never had full dragon. I was never wealthy at all, and I mean, I'm not saying I'm wealthy here, because compared to a lot of people, I'm sure this is a joke bank, but for me, for the minimal amount of time that I get to play, it's pretty sick. Skills, so yeah, like I said, 60 attack, strength, defense. Obviously with that HP goes up. And then really the other notable ones were farming. I got that up to 75. Magic, I got that up to 78. And then thieving, of course, 58. That's a requirement. And that's really it for that. So now let's look at the quests really quick. 166 quest points. I'll put up the number, how many quest points I have out of the total, as well as quests left. I believe I have 42 left if I counted right, but I'll make sure to check that when I edit this. But yeah, for the quests, here we go. From the start, Merlin's Crystal. Basically, Merlin gets stuck in a crystal, and you talk to King Arthur. He's like, hey, get this guy out of the crystal. And you do get the Excalibur sword from that, so that's a pretty cool quest. Heroes, my friend and I did that right away, and that is a very nice quest. because by completing it, you get to use the Dragon Mace and Dragon Battle Axe. Basically, you have to obtain 3 items: the Firebird Feather, a Lava Eel that's cooked, and you have to like steal something from this pirate place in Brimhaven. And that one it requires kind of the Black Arm gang like partner deal, kind of like a Shield of Arav or whatever. So that's kind of a fun quest. Next, Desert Treasure. Me and my friend, we did some big quests. Desert Treasure is one of my favorites, along with Heroes. Desert Treasure is probably in my top 3 quests, though. That one's so much fun. You help some archaeologists, you know, try to get into the giant pyramid in the desert, and you end up having to fight 4 pretty intense boss fights. Honestly, one of them is really, there's 2 of them that are really hard, 2 of them that aren't so hard. Damus is obviously the standout one, and I'm not sure if I recorded much of the fights, but I think I did get some footage, so if I do, I'll make sure I slap that up there, because it's a very memorable quest. It's one of my favorites. I remember dying so many times the first time I did it. It's kind of unreal. So yeah, Desert Treasure, great quest to complete, and one of my favorites, absolutely. And then you have access to Ancient Magics, which is so cool. So yeah, that's a good one. Ichkarin's Little Helper. That's kind of a weird one. It's like you get like kind of not possessed, but like taken over by this lady in the desert, and it's a weird quest. It's one of the cat quests in the desert, and it gives you access to what is the name? Menaphos? Is that the town? I don't remember. I'll put it up there if I don't get it right, but it's basically the desert town, basically at the very bottom of the map. It gives you official access to that town, and that's where Pyramid Plunder is, so that's kind of why I did it. And then also to do Tale of Two Cats, which is the sequel to that. And then finally, which, you know, nothing much happens in that I can remember, honestly. Tale of Two Cats. Let's take a look really quick, but I don't think there was much. I think you, like, kind of try to figure out, like, Bob's origins. Where Bob is... Yeah, that was sort of the deal. First you find him, and then you, like... I think you, like, get him, like, a home and stuff. Like, you take care of his owner and stuff. It's kind of weird. And then finally, Rat Catchers, which is pretty frustrating quest for a lot. Well, not frustrating, but long. A lot of running all over the place, catching rats throughout the world. But there's a really cool part of that quest that I absolutely enjoy. It's where you're like have to be stealthy and you have to sneak through that mansion. There's actually an item in the bank here. Let's see. It's called directions. I wonder if it'll let me use them. Scroll contains directions near Ardoin. Follow directions to the house. These directions are from Ardoin. Ha! You know what? Just for kicks and giggles. Oh wait, I have an Ardoin teletab, but we'll do that just so I don't run out of them. Let's just see if it lets me go there. It'd be kind of fun to just elk there. Let's see what happens. I don't want to go to that again. I barely managed to get up. Dang it! Oh, that'd be so much cooler if you could go back there. I love that house. I always wanted to just go back there and like high elk and just watch people try to do the quest. But that was one of my favorite parts of that quest, is where you get to do that. But anyway, after Rat Catcher's Creature of Frankenstein, basically he creates a monster. It's like Frankenstein, blah blah blah. But then it turns out that Frankenstein is evil, and then you kind of join up with the monster, and he has like all these creepy experiments. It's kind of sad, actually. He's like experiments in the basement and stuff. It's an interesting quest. The Observatory quest. I did that one next. This is kind of a line of really short quests that I just tried to knock out. I'm pretty sure I completed every Novice quest except for Eagle's Peak, which I just got the requirements for, or no, I don't. Never mind. Yeah. So once I get 27 Hunter, I'll have the requirements for that. So I've done every other Novice quest. Wow, I'm good at this. So yeah, Observatory quest. Basically, you go to the observatory, which is right by Castle Wars, and the guy is like, yo, some goblins took over our basement, or like took over this like tunnel area that leads to the observatory, and can you help me fix the place, and blah blah blah, and you do that. The reward is pretty cheesy. He gives you like 2 sapphires, or it depends on which constellation you see, I remember. Anyway, Tower of Life. It's a construction quest. It actually just takes place south of Ardoin, where we are now. That's the quest where I got this outfit, the little builder's outfit, which I don't think it gives you any boost to construction. Maybe it does. I'll put that up if I'm wrong. I'm not sure. But yeah, you help these like seers build this like magical tower, but then it's like powered by this weird creature, and then the weird creature's like, free me, and then you free him, and then now he runs the place because those seers are idiots. Pretty cool. Next quest, Rag and Bone Man. This is a quest where you basically run around the world, kill animals until they drop their exclusive bone, then you go and boil it in vinegar, and you give it back to them. But wait, there's more. There's actually a sequel to it called the Rag and Bone Man Wish List, which is required for the quest cape. It does provide a quest point, so I just decided to get that over with, and I took care of that. So, anyway, yeah, so Rag and Bone Man Wish List, took care of that. It's a long one, but it was worth getting done with because then I don't have to do that again because that was a pain. Especially running back and forth to his house, boiling all those, like, bones in the vinegar. That sucked. Alright, next quest, Death to the Dorgashun. Basically, the Ham people are trying to kill the goblins underneath Lumbridge Castle, so basically you go up against them, you fight, I'm not sure if you end up fighting Sigmund or you fight one of his henchmen, but it leads up to the next quest, Another Slice of Ham, which as far as I know is the conclusion to that one, because the Chosen Commander is not in this version of RuneScape yet. I mean, maybe they'll bring it back, but I don't know what their whole rule is, or not rule, but what their plan is for doing quests and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so that leads up to that. Next, Elemental Workshop 2. Just the second Elemental Workshop. You basically go back in and you learn how to make a new piece of equipment. I believe you get the Mind Helmet, and I don't think I even kept mine. I'm pretty sure I sold it because I never want to go back in there. And I really hope they never release Elemental Workshop Part 3, because that was the worst quest I've ever done. That puzzle, I remember working on that puzzle all day. I was sick from school, kind of like now, only I'm at school still. But that quest, I remember doing that all day, and I hated it, and it sucked. Please don't release that, Jagex. Up next, the Holy Grail. Basically, King Arthur wants the Holy Grail, and you end up running all over trying to find it. And then you kind of wind up in this weird place. Like, it's like this weird world where it's like all dark and depressing, and then you go and meet the king, and his land is like screwed over, and there's like this creepy Black Knight Titan that you have to fight. It's a really cool quest. I remember doing it not too long ago, and it was interesting. And then the land gets restored, and then his son becomes the king. You have to go find the fisher's son, I believe it was, or something like that. But yeah, that was a cool quest. I enjoyed that one a lot. Next, Sea Slug. Basically, these creepy slugs, just east of here in Witch Haven, are taking over. They're like sucking onto people's heads and like becoming mind control creatures. And you save this guy's son who's stuck on this pier where the slugs are sort of taking over some of the workers and stuff. It leads up to, I believe, the next quest, which is the only sequel to it on here, is called Slug Menace? Yes, the Slug Menace. Oh, I need 30 rune crafting. Rats! Anyway, so yep, I took care of that one. And then finally, actually no, not finally, I forgot. There's an honorable mention because I forgot, or well, no, I didn't forget. I failed to get a screenshot of me completing this quest, the Giant Dwarf, which I actually really enjoy. Basically, you go to the dwarf. Wow. You go to the dwarf land, and basically their statue of the king gets knocked over by the boat you're riding on, and then you have to fix it, and you run all over the place. There's a lot of running back and forth, so that part of the quest is kind of annoying. But other than that, it's a really cool quest. Then you get to like join a company, and what was funny was I was just finishing the quest, I was doing the final cutscene, and then the internet just lagged me out, and I guess it finished the quest. I didn't have to advance the dialogue, or it just did it since it logged me out and I was in the final cutscene. So I never got a screenshot of that, but I have a bunch of other ones of it that you're probably seeing as I speak right now. And then finally, which I just did a couple days ago, was Legends. One of my favorite quests, personal favorite. Basically, it's like Heroes. To get access to the Legends Guild, you have to go and do two things. One, you have to kind of like obtain a tribal totem, or kind of like establish a relationship with this tribe, and then they give you a totem in return. And then also you have to map the jungle south of Karamja. I don't remember the name of the jungle. It has a K, I think, in the name. I'll put it up. My memory is not working right now. I'm sick. I'm sorry. But yeah, that's a really cool quest. You fight this demon guy multiple times. You go in this creepy cave with like this fire surrounding this dude. It's a weird quest, but I like it a lot. It was a fun one. I actually did record the final fight where you actually end up fighting these 3 warriors they had to fight earlier, and then the demon itself. And I actually almost got killed, which is pretty funny. You'll see that in this clip. And yeah, that was awkward. But I did make it out. So yeah, those are the quests I've done. I believe that is a total of 18 quests. I think so. Oh, maybe 19 with Giant Dwarf, but not important. A lot of quests. Now my plan is probably to do some more and kind of home in on the last few requirements. I don't have many left. In terms of these skills here, what have I got? 1 more hunter level. 5 defense levels. I need 65 defense. And then just construction and rune crafting. So I think only 4, unless if I need ranged, but I'll train that up anyway. I might need 60 ranged. I'll double check with that. I'll put that up. I'll put up the remaining skills that I need, but not many left. I'm getting there. And then I can just quest away, my friends. Quest away. But I do have 42 quests left. I'll probably... Well, I'm guessing I'll just divide it up 10 more quests per section, making this a total of 10 episodes because this is the 6th episode, so I think that'd be a good way to do it. So yeah, for skills, next I kind of want to just get all these 3 to 70. It's going to be a really slow process. The grind from 50 to 60 sucks, but the grind from 60 to 70 sucks even more, especially for people who don't really like training melee but want high levels anyway. It's just helpful for quests and just for general stuff. So yeah, I do intend to train those up to 70, as well as get 70 ranged and 70 prayer. That'll be a goal of mine. I don't know if I'm going to get that before or after the quest cape. And then on the side, I'll also intend to continue to train mage / fletching and do some farming, because farming makes bank. In case we didn't notice this little stack here, these puppies are 30-some K a piece, so that's like 1.8 mil right there, and I'm only about halfway done with my stack. I bought 60 Snapdragon seeds, so yeah, that was about a 3 mil investment. So we'll see what I come out with that. I'll take some screenshots of that. A few other things I did, since we're still rolling the camera here. I did a few mini quests, which were the first one, which I think is one of my favorites, is called the Curse of Zaros. That one actually rewards you with these ghostly robes, which are one of my favorite items in the game. That's why I have 6 of each of them, because I wanted to have a bunch of them and have placeholders, because I'm a placeholder freak. But basically, you take your Ring of Visibility, which you used in Desert Treasure, finding Damus's lair, and you go around the world finding these different ghosts, and they kind of tell you their story. It's a really cool quest, or mini quest, except the ones where you're in the wilderness, because there's a lot of aggressive enemies, so when you're trying to have a conversation with the guy, you're just like just clicking through it, just going like crazy like this, like, come on man, shut up, you just give me your robes. And then you drop it, and then you pick it up again, but it's a cool quest besides those frustrating parts, and like I said, you get a really cool item. And then also, this isn't really a quest, but the Halloween event, I already talked about that, or well, at least I mentioned that the Halloween event happened. You get this Gravedigger outfit and some more of the untradables, pumpkins, and Halloween mask set. That's why I have so many, and I did them on my other account too, just for the heck of it. It's kind of fun. And then one other thing, I guess, is I did get a decent clue scroll reward. I got a Zammy page, which sold for like 800k, so that was pretty cool. That's always fun, getting a clue scroll. I actually got it from a guard over here, because I was just stealing cakes to get food for training at the Moss Giants, because at the, when you're at like 50, 55 defense, they still hit through Rune and stuff. But now that I have all Dragon, they don't hit nearly as much. But yeah, I was stealing cakes, and then automatically I was just killing guards, because why not? Because they attack you eventually. And I got 2 clue scrolls. One of them was garbage, it was like 10k, and the other one was 800k. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to continue training those combat roles, and then kind of this whole section here, it's really this entire row right here is what I'm going to focus on. Slowly but surely, and then of course, hunter and farming, just because farming is awesome. But anyway guys, that's really all the time we have in this episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time on Road to the Quest Cape. Have a good one.